So good morning on this Tuesday morning. The sun is out, thank God. Yesterday was an awful day, but you ever have just one of those days where like everything I was touching was just wrong, and it was just so frustrating and so annoying. I was just like in a bad mood. I was like, like for example, I went and I washed my hands, and then I went to grab a paper towel. Guess what? It was the last piece of paper towel on there. So I'm like, I'm out of paper towels. And then I went to throw away the paper towel, and then I couldn't because the garbage can was completely full and it needed to be taken out. So I had to stop everything, get new paper, new roll of paper towel to replace that. And then I had to go take out the garbage. There was a doctor's follow-up that I need to do, and I emailed them at 9 o'clock to request them to do stuff for me. And 4 o'clock I went to follow up. They never looked to go and look into my email, so nothing got done. It was like, hello, can we start working, or do I need to go over there and work for you? And I'm like, I sent you an email. Do I have to send you an email and follow up with you to do your job by a phone call? I was so irked. They said that I needed to fill out a form, so I told them to email me a form. I'll print it out and then I'll fax it to them. So I printed something out, and guess what? Yes, my printer cartridge was completely out, so I had to go upstairs, change the printer cartridge, and of course it wanted to align the paper, and then I had to align it. 20 minutes later I finally got the fax over. It was like one of those days, you know, all of us have had those days where like you grab, like you really want a bowl of cereal and then like there's no more milk, or you really wanted this and there's no butter, or you wanted to cook this but you forgot that one ingredient in the store. It was like that, like constantly all day yesterday. And I was telling my husband, I said I was getting so irked by, I think it was late afternoon, about 4 o'clock. I had to sit down and like calm myself down, and then I regrouped, and then I thought about everything else. Like, you have to look on the brighter side of things. I know that sounds so cliche, but I really needed to. I was just trying to remember, Denise, calm down. It's not all that bad, you know. It's like little things, and don't sweat about those little things. I went to give my mom a hug because I needed a hug, and that just seemed to make everything, just put everything in perspective. And I just made some meatloaf with some garlic mashed potatoes, and we watched our favorite show right now, which is The Voice. We just love Blake. So glad that Gwen is back. I really enjoy her, and we just enjoyed the rest of the night, thank God. Because let me tell you, the beginning of the day, yeah, you didn't want to see that. That was just awful. So today is a brand new day. I have the caregiver. She's going to be here from 11 to 2 today. I also have the physical therapy. He's coming at 1. I did not get a chance to shampoo my mom's hair yesterday because by the time I wanted to, she was complaining it was too cold. I'm hoping I can give her a nice shampoo before the caregiver gets here, so that I have at least an hour and a half to go run around and do all my errands. I don't know how I'm gonna do all this. I really don't, but all I can do is try. So I needed to take a drive. I really did. Like with yesterday, having a bad day, I just need to find a way, like an outlet, you know, and I enjoy driving, and I don't really get the chance to go out and drive like I used to. So I went all the way around in the halfway point. I am on the other side. It's called the East Bay, and I'm in the valley, and it's gorgeous here. Mom and I used to live here for about 7 years or so, right around in my 20s. When we lived here, it wasn't as big as it is now. It's a very quaint little downtown area. So funny because now a lot of my high school friends now somewhat live around this area, and it's like when I first got here I was bored because I didn't really know anybody, and I was kind of getting to know this area. They're all here, they post everywhere, and I'm like, yeah, I've been there, done that, yeah, but like, where were they when I was here? You know, I probably would have really enjoyed it more instead of always driving into where the city I live now, which is like a half an hour. So I would always go back and forth, kind of taking my time getting back. I only have another hour. I can only be around here for another maybe 30 minutes. But as I was driving, I was actually going to go to this camera place that they have here. But I caught my eye, and they have a Super Savers. So let's go. What a better way to cheer me up. Yay! And anything to make your day better, right? Okay, so I am back. I have felt great taking that drive. That's exactly what I needed. With yesterday, I just had a bad day. I even forgot to tell you that my husband hurt himself at work, and I was like, oh great. You know, he is a huge part in our everyday lives here with my mom. You know, he's there to help me lift her, help her with her standing and her walking. And I just chose not to get the camera because I felt like, well, what happens if I, like, the way my day was going, I thought for sure I was gonna like break my camera, or I know sometimes I come off, I'm really cheerful, I'm very positive, but you know, I too get in a bad mood and I'm not always positive. I had, you know, a couple of errands to run. I didn't do it. I didn't do them, and I'm fine with it. They're not priorities right now. Myself is my top priority. My whole well-being is my top priority right now, because you know, my mood, if I'm in a bad mood or anything like that, that sets the tone, you know, and it's not fair to my mom, it's not fair to my husband, it's not even fair to myself. And what I need to do is I just needed to just take care of me today, and that's exactly what I did with taking a drive. I love taking a drive. I miss taking a drive. I mean, that is my time. I enjoy it. I enjoy getting in the car and just driving through the beautiful canyon, turning up the tunes in my car, singing my little heart out, enjoying just the scenery. I mean, that is usually my time. And I really miss that. And it was so great to get in my car with the sunroof open. I'm glad I kind of shot a little bit here and there for you guys, so you guys can kind of get a glimpse of what it is, you know, that I enjoy. And I just love that. And I love taking you guys with me. And most of all, I was really happy that I found that thrift store. And something like that, I mean, that's what I enjoy too. I enjoy going to those little thrift stores and just lollygagging everywhere, you know. Although anytime I go to a thrift store, I really miss my mom, because we always went to thrift stores together. We would spend all day at thrift stores, and that was our favorite thing to do. I choose to be positive, you know. I totally choose to be positive. And even though, you know, with everything I'm going through as a caregiver to your parent, that is hard. It's hard. And I don't want to be on this camera and start crying to you guys how hard it is, because you caregivers understand how hard this is. And for those who are not caregivers, I'm sure you can probably still would understand that that is the hardest job that you can possibly have. Everything that I do, I try to find some type of chuckle about it, or I laugh at myself about it or something, because I just don't want to cry, you know. I don't want to cry. I don't want it to get affect me or a hold of me. I just don't want to live in that way. I'm tired of living in that way. So with all these videos that I'm showing you guys, I'm kind of showing you guys a different side, not only to you, but I'm also trying to show it to me. I'm trying to be more positive. I'm trying to have a better mood. I'm trying to control all that so it doesn't control me. And like so far, like yesterday was a real bad day. It was one of those days. I just couldn't help it. I couldn't control it. And I just had to stop and I had to regroup. I had to see the brighter things about things. And I know that sounds so cliche and all that, but I mean, I'm really trying to reteach myself how to think in a clearer, more healthier way. And I'm impressed that it's working. It was just a beautiful drive back, and it just makes me feel very appreciative in what I have and what I'm doing. You know, and then coming home and then doing physical therapy with my mom, seeing her that she walked that whole handrail, you guys, and I can never be much prouder of her. I mean, she has accomplished, she has come so far, and I think about things and okay, so I had a bad day. But then I think about my mom. My bad days don't compare to hers, you know? Yeah. You gotta, I guess what I'm trying to say is that you got to find the positive things. You gotta find the positive things in every day. And I think if you're a caregiver like me, that's really important. That's huge. And I think that's huge to any of you, really. And if there's something that I can give a message to anything in this one vlog, it'd be that. Find the positive things in life every day. That's what's going to make us happy.